hopefully getting one step closer to getting some seed in the ground. I'm back in the Coyote HX 1151 with the disc on the back. I want to try and get the fields pretty much ready to roll. So I set the gangs on the disc. The back gang is all the way not aggressive at all. The front disc gang is semi-aggressive, just to chop up anything that we have yet, and hopefully it makes a pretty good seed bed. I could have, in the last video we watched where we tilled the garden and expanded the field where the pumpkins are going to go, and expanded a little bit on the bottom side, I could have done everything with the rototiller in all the fields, but that's not very time efficient, and it's 6 foot. It just, you have to go very slow. It just would have taken kind of a long time, so it's kind of why I didn't really do anything with that. I think the disc is just going to be much quicker in that aspect, so we're probably going to do it this way. Hopefully it makes a good seed bed, and I'm hoping, today's Tuesday, I'm really hoping by probably Thursday or Friday maybe. I'm trying to watch the weather to time it that we can get the seed in right before maybe getting some rain. So, and it'll draw some moisture from the ground anyway, but I'm hoping later this week we can try and get some seed in the ground, and then we should be ahead of the ball game. We have that one field that we're gonna do with hay, and then the rest is gonna be oats. I probably should do some corn, but I still have some corn left. We actually sold all the corn that I did have, so the rest that I have I'm keeping for myself. And now we're gonna have hopefully wheat, oats, straw, stuff like that. So we're back down at the Big Creek field, as I like to call it. And this should be pretty much ready to rock and roll after we do this. We do have some grass and stuff coming up, so we'll try and get that stuff chopped up, knocked out, and then we'll be ready to hopefully run the drill. Not doing a terrible job out through here. It's really letting clumps that just aren't getting broken up, and then it's letting the lines down the center again because we have the back gang not aggressive at all to try and smooth it out, but this stuff really got hard from the rain. So I kind of wish I had a drag or something behind, which is easily doable. And just chain it fast to the disc and run around with it. But I think I'm going to change the front to a little bit less aggressive maybe. Well, try that. That's better, I guess. The more you work it up, the more it loosens all that stuff up too. It's definitely a little clumpy, but I think it just needs to dry out a little bit more. We'll go over it again, and then I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Kind of wish I did have like some sort of drag behind this, chain link fence, anything. I feel like just to kind of level off, smooth it off. But it's not going to break up the clumps. The clumps just need to kind of dry out and be able to fall apart so there's not a lot of moisture holding everything again. But I'll keep moving. We have plenty of week left, so not a huge rush, but I definitely need to loosen the ground up once more here in all the fields, and then I can hopefully get planted later this week. Seems a little bit better. I changed the front gangs to less aggressive now. So we're still throwing some dirt. It is humping up a little in the center. But I could take these all the way back where I had them in the back, but I think this is gonna do a better job. It's definitely a little bit more level than where we were at. So I think I'll run it that way. It just needs to dry out some of these clumps a little bit more and break them up. So we're gonna have to go over everything again, probably tomorrow. But the biggest thing is I'll keep moving along with everything in this field, move to the next, and we have a total of 3 fields, this being the biggest one. So we're about 5 o'clock, so we should be getting smaller fields and getting quicker as we go. This one's about probably a little more than half, so not a big deal. You just got to keep moving and get it done. Right in this area, which has been gone over twice, so that's making a big difference. Figured out that 5 miles an hour is the magic number to have it as level as possible behind the disc. And that seems to be doing pretty well. This is definitely going to shape up pretty nice. I'm glad I tilled this in the fall. That really helped out a lot because I incorporated a lot of that stalk matter and everything into the ground, which there's a lot of nutrients in the stover, the stalk, and the corn, so think that was beneficial because I was going to bale it originally, and I'm kind of glad I didn't go through with any of that. And I think, as I've said before, being ahead of the ball game for once, where we're not super behind with everything. Like last year, when I planted corn, we were pretty much to the point where it was tilling. I mean, we plowed it pretty early, but we just couldn't get the clumps and the grass really worked out of everything until last minute. Everything was last minute last year. We were disking like, you know, a day before doing corn, and it just, that I think didn't help matters because we ended up with fields with a lot of weeds because we didn't get the tillage that we should have got, and spraying late. So there was just too many things were last minute last year. So I'm really glad that this year we're ahead with a lot of stuff. So that's a huge plus. And the weeds just haven't had a chance to really establish. Whereas last year, yeah, they did. Definitely. This is just getting very nice. Again, 5 miles an hour is definitely the ticket. Not throwing the dirt out too far. We're not throwing it into the center really heavy. So this is working out pretty good. We're slowing us down as a whole because now I'm not going back and forth in the field as fast, but it's doing a much better job. So long term, I think it's going to be better. We don't have that much left to do with this field, so we are getting close. Big Creek field's done. This took a lot longer than it should have. And I'm half thinking I need to adjust that front gang just to make it a little more aggressive, but just go slower. Because in drier conditions, I think it's gonna probably do a little bit better. I don't know. Just like right in here, there's some grass and it just didn't really chop it like I would have liked. But this took a lot longer because of going at the angle. You end up with two sides, but tomorrow I think I'm gonna attach we have an old cultipacker frame sitting over here. I'm gonna somehow chain that fast to the back here and have it dragging behind. I think that's gonna really do nice for leveling everything off. So yeah, 6 o'clock. I'm gonna move on to the next fields, and I wanna get done for tonight. And then tomorrow we're gonna disc one more time with the drag, cultipacker frame, whatever you wanna say, level everything off. And then hopefully Thursday, Friday, we're rolling with planting. Where I'm actually going to be planting some hay. This is a 1 acre field, and this is the one with the crazy hill. The camera definitely doesn't make it look as bad as it actually is. But I'm going to make this a hay field. It's going to be better for the field, better for me, just better all around. Done with this field. Now on to the third one, which is pretty big in itself. And then the last one is really small. last video we had the rototiller on the other tractor and did this. And this turned out really nice, so we're just gonna disc this right away too. And I don't know, might be able to plant oats in here. I'm not sure. See if it dried off any. Making pretty good progress with this field. This is doing pretty good in here. Some grass growing. It's definitely good that we're going to be hitting this again one more time. And it worked really well by using the rototiller to expand that field a little bit. That tilled up so much nicer with the disc. Looks like we have some rock picking to do. Some pretty decent sized rocks in here, so have to address that. But nothing we can't take care of and handle. Cruising at about 5.5 miles an hour. Final field's done. Now tomorrow I will do the disking again, go through all the fields. It should go a little bit faster tomorrow because I'm not going to go at an angle and I'm going to have a drag behind it. So it should level any humps, uneven areas that we have. It should make it for a pretty good seed bed compared to last year. Last year wasn't the best. So we finished at 10-8. We still had some daylight, but a lot longer than I wanted it to go. So that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.